What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great Monday. Day early here, usually behind enemy lines on Tuesday, but with the Christmas season in the air, a lot of chaos going on for me here. So I want to put this video out tomorrow. We're going to have the top matchups, injury report on Wednesday, maybe try to do a live one for a little Christmas Eve special. Then, of course, Christmas, no video. Friday, we're going to have ourselves a game status report. Saturday, practice squad elevations. Give you all the information you need. But right here, right now, we're going to talk about all you need to know for this Week 17 matchup. 2 more games in the regular season. Better jump on board while you can, ladies and gentlemen. This train left the station a long time ago, but I understand a lot of people were hesitant on this one. But this team, it's about to prove a lot of the doubters wrong. But they've got one of their toughest tests to date of this season against the Bills. And we all know last time we saw this team a couple of years ago, overtime battle where we got the win. I think it was 37-34. Jalen Hurts overtime run for the win. Let's go. But this is a completely different season, 2 different teams. We're going to talk about these Bills right here, right now, get to know them. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. You have any questions, comments you'd like to add, leave them down below. But let's start it off. And we're going to talk about a former Philadelphia Eagles assistant and his staff. So Sean McDermott here with the Bills for the last 97 years. But he's got Joe Brady there, a great offensive mind. And you talk about Bobby Babich. Some say he is one bad. Never mind. But that was a corny joke. But Joe Brady, I think, when you talk about somebody that a lot of people wanted to be the Eagles offensive coordinator, totally get it. He's really good with quarterbacks and he's great. We talk about, each week being a different matchup. I feel like the way he spreads the ball around, does things with, certain matchups each week, and he likes to pass the ball. I think a lot of people wanted him for that reason. I totally get it. Getting the ball into receivers' hands, letting them make plays. This guy, the zone heavy approach, I think definitely works for this team. And you talk about, a guy with a bright future. I totally think, he is going to have, a bright future in the league. It's just, it was so crazy to see people losing their minds. And look, man, I get it. People hate Kevin Patullo and whatever else. But to me, I think that, this team, it'll be all right. And we'll get things figured out. Not everybody figures it out right away. But, this defense we're going up against, hopefully, Kevin Patullo can get it going. You've got the split safety sets here. You've got yourself, a team that is going to try to take away the big plays. And we like to try to do that a lot of the time lately. They'll play a lot of cover 3. This is a team, that runs a lot of 4-man fronts. So let's effing go. But a talented team, and they've been doing pretty well so far this season. So let's take a look at what they've been doing, how they've been holding up with their stats, and where it has them ranked. Now, remember, the game hasn't been played tonight, so this will change a little bit, the rankings, but you can see number 4 in points, in total yardage, the first team number 1 there in rushing yardage. They can run the damn ball. They've got a running back at quarterback. You can see 18th in pass yards, tied for 18th in sacks, tied for 17th in turnovers, 14th most penalties, and their opponents are 32nd, the last most penalties. So their opponents aren't getting penalized here, but you can see middle of the pack with points on defense. Yardage, 11th. Not great against the run, as we talked about yesterday. And they're really good against the pass, not getting too many sacks or, top 10 in turnovers, though. But they can get you. And I think, they're banged up at places, but still a very talented team. And when you look at this Eagles team, you can see that, the way they match up, this Eagles offense has definitely been finding themselves. Maybe it took the second half in this last game, but you can see here, middle of the pack with a lot of this stuff. Almost top 10 in sacks there. Hell yeah, not giving them up. You see turnovers at 8th right there. 23rd most penalized team. Our opponents are 31st, so right behind the Bills there. And you can see defense really stepping up. 3rd in points, 12th in total yardage. We are tied for 13th in sacks there, tied for 11th in turnovers. So definitely stepping it up. But this Bills team, man, again, we have a gauntlet of a schedule this year, and this is definitely one of the toughest opponents, and they are hungry right now because they just watched the Patriots win again at 12-3 atop their division. That is pretty wild there, but they got themselves 11-4, so that is good enough for a wild card spot, but they would like to win that division. So they're definitely going to be bringing it all in this game. You see, as they're sitting at number 6, a really nice race there going on. We'll see what happens with the Colts, but yeah, man, this is going to be some fun times in the playoffs here. You can see the Bills, though, man. Woo! 11-4 at number 6. That's pretty wild. But the NFC, you saw yesterday, another one that's a lot of talented teams here. So going to be fun. Who can make it to play the Eagles? So are we seeing a Super Bowl preview here? Let's find out. But let's take a look. First, before we look at the depth chart, here are the guys you won't see. Their kicker, Tyler Bass. You got Dwayne Carter. Damar Hamlin. What a great story there. Free agent Michael Holt isn't there. They got a bunch of rookies. Landon Jackson, I really like. Chase Lunt, Wande Owens, Dorian Strong. And then you got Ed Oliver, Taylor Rapp, Curtis Samuel there. So bunch of missing pieces. Oh, my apologies. My phone going off there. Did not mean to have my phone on. Meant to put it on silent. My apologies there. But when you look at the offense here, you can see obviously none of those guys on the IR. My apology. I did want to talk about something. Let me backtrack. Sorry, the phone call threw me off here. But Darius Slay here on the retired list, and a lot of people feel a certain way about this. Look, to me, they claimed him, so he should have went and played. If he doesn't want to play, obviously they're not just going to keep him on their roster. And, they lost a player there, so they put him on the, did not show up list. So I think that, this is somebody that I didn't really want back. I know a lot of people felt they wanted him back, but to me, it's no big deal. And I don't think the Bills are doing him a disservice. He just doesn't know if he wants to play. So that's the list he's on. You won't see him on the depth chart, obviously, but they do have his rights if he wants to come back. But you can see the offense here. Not much change. They added some receivers, Brandon Cooks, Joshua Palmer, got Gabe Davis back, added McCole Hardman. Keon Coleman has not been playing. That's not great. Got Khalil Sanders there. Dalton Kincaid hasn't been doing great. The rookie Jackson Hawes, only one on the offense. The roster there has been stepping it up. We see the offensive line, again, a lot of pieces that have been here. So not a lot of changes to their offense. You see Cedric Van Pran Granger. What? Alec Andrew. They got so many crazy names here. But you can see the offense here. And then on the deep, oh, my gosh. I truly apologize that I just keep trying to blow through things. I did not mean to switch to the defense already. I wanted to talk for a second about the offense. Phone calls throwing me off. But you've got Josh Allen, who has 3,400 passing yards right now. Holy hell, 552 rushing yards. Doing pretty good. 227 passing yards per game is good. 25 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, been sacked 35 times. Kid's playing pretty damn well. 69.6 completion percentage rating. He's doing his damn thing. And then you got 1,500 yards for James Cook. He's got 12 touchdowns on the ground there. He can catch the ball, too. He's got 288 yards, 2 touchdowns there. But, man, Shakir is their leading receiver with 684 yards. Then Kincaid. So they don't really have much of a pass game. I mean, Josh Allen's very talented, so he can make people, shine like Jalen Hurts does. But we'll see, how they get this offense rolling. But we better shut down this rushing attack. And, these receivers, I think our secondary can definitely handle. And then when you look at their defensive side of the ball, a lot of big names. They added Joey Bosa, Shaq Thompson, Tre'Davious White is back, Jordan Poyer is back. A couple guys like Fedarian Mathis, Sam Franklin, Darnell Savage was just brought in. The rookies, Maxwell Harrison, Deion Walker, TJ Sanders, Jordan Hancock. So bunch of changes here on the defense, and really love the rookie Cole Bishop, the rookie last year. I apologize. He has a couple of sacks, forced fumbles, pass deflections, few interceptions. This dude, he's awesome. And with the old man Poyer there to help him out, former Eagle, really nice safety duo there. And then the corners, bringing back Tre'Davious White. You got Benford there. The rookie Hairston had to step in. Teron Johnson still there. So you got talented corners. You got edge guys in Rousseau, Bosa, Epinesa. And the interior guys, Daquan Jones, the rookie, as I mentioned, Walker and Sanders. So this defense, this is a pretty talented D. And, I mentioned Cole Bishop. He leads the team with 3 interceptions. Epinesa has 2, actually. A couple of corners with 2. But this is a defense we talked about. They will get turnovers, maybe not so many sacks, but they've got the guys to do it. Watch the hell out. And then in the return department, you've got Khalil Shakir back there as punt returner, Ray Davis as the kick returner. So Ray Davis averaging 31 yards per kick return. That's pretty damn good. Shakir only averaging 5.7 return yards, but you had to bring in Prater. Now he is Bass was hurt. Now Prater has been banged up. So we'll see if they have to elevate a kicker again this time. But here is their practice squad, and Michael Badgley is there in the middle as kicker. They lost their practice squad quarterback, Shane Ukulele or Lucaley or whatever. He just got picked up by the Chiefs. So I'll fix this up then, whatever. But no quarterback there. And you can see former Eagles legend Frank Gore's son, Frank Gore Jr. there. And then a few of they've added a bunch of edge guys, Matthew Judon, Shaq Lawson, Andre Jones Jr. there. So added a bunch of guys there. Dane Jackson back in the fold. So, yeah, that's what the team looks like, how they've been doing. Now you know what the Eagles' Week 17 opponent looks like, how they've been doing so far this year. Tomorrow, I will have the top matchup show. Wednesday, you'll have the initial injury report for the week. I hope to talk to you. I'm going to try to do a live video Wednesday. Hope to see you then, but hope to hear from you down below. Any questions, comments that you have, leave them down there. You can reach out any of these platforms. You want to talk birds, you need something else during these holiday times. I always tell you, please reach out. I mean it. Always here for you guys as you are for me. Love each and every one of you. Hope you're having a great start to your week. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Share this bad boy. Subscribe. Join the family. Become a member. Hype these videos up. Whatever you can do to support the channel. I can't thank you enough. Hope you're all having a great Monday. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there. And as always, go Birds!